Hey guys, welcome back to Texas Fab Garage. So, if you watched my last video, glitter's bad. You can see that I got that Datsun and the lower valence put in. I'm very quite happy with it. Now on this one, I'm still working in the back. I got the ugliest SSS tail lights that I need to try to get to fit. I'm trying to measure it, figure out what I need to, how much I need to cut out from the original ones. The problem is these are in really rough shape. So I really don't want to go ahead and cut that out, fit, until I know I can repair these to make them look halfway decent. So I did take these to a chrome plater and had them de-chromed the best they can. And I mean, from after it rust wise, I got focus, I got a hole there into it, a little bit of pitting up through there. You can see there's a hole that was drilled right here that's not supposed to be there. This one's probably, besides the rust hole and this one's probably in the better shape. So a lot of oxidization already built up onto it. Still got a lot of crud back here that needs to get wired wheeled off. I do got to put new bolts into it to hold it into place. So this is the one I've been testing, working on a little bit. I mean, both of them are a little bit wavy in through here. Nothing I can do about it. But I was able... This one was a lot more pitted on the top. I used, I can't remember what it was, Muggy Flux on top of it with a torch. And tried to, I need to sand it down. Got some buildup. Trying a different way. You got a lot more build up there. I need to sand this all down and clean it up. So you can see the pitting in here. And the big thing is behind this, like it's getting dark out already. You can see on this, there's a lot more pitting on here. So I gotta be careful with it. I don't damage it and warp it anymore. Problem is I was using a torch, melting the flux, filling up the holes of sand, but then it was making these things, the heat, doesn't take much heat for these things to start going wavy. So I was like, better stop doing that. So I'm gonna use the, I'll pull it out, gotta find it, the flux part to fill up the holes and the big holes and the bigger stuff that needs repair. Oh, see, there's a little tiny rust hole right there. Ugh, with that flux. Then I'll probably go through, I gotta sand it all, and I'm gonna use filler, because I'm not getting these things re-chromed. They're not good enough to get re-chromed. It's not worth the cost to it. I probably won't survive the chroming process again. So I'm gonna do as much of the flux I can to fix, and then I'll probably just use filler and sand it, and then get these things into a primer for it. So let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. Hey guys, so sorry about the jumping around with the footage. I was able to get this one sanded, cleaned up. Still got more sand to do, but I know I'm going to be able to repair them, that I'm going to be happy to be able to use them. So I went ahead and started cutting this out. And I mean, I'm not a professional, so it was nerve-wracking. I mean, that's a brand new panel. I cut the bottom off to put the Datsun logo, and actually it's pretty sweet, the light coming down. Oh, I like that so much. But I mean, and now I'm cutting, I mean, huge chunk from there. I mean, was it 8 inches, man? I don't have to measure. So I just cut a little bit at a time, trying to cut as least out as possible. I mean, I know I will have to work on my angles going up and down. If I, oh, here it is. One hand, okay, see? So at least I know this way, that's as far as I can want to go with it. I'm happy. It gives me a little playing room in there and adjusting wise. I still might have to adjust it up and down wise, but I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now, let's get this, just clean this up. I did try folding the edges over. It's called hammer and dolly. I'll just start to dent it. I don't like that. Now I put a dip right there with it. It was just too much of a hassle trying to get it perfectly. So clean that up, measure how much of this I cut out, then I'll make a pattern, and I'll do that for the same side. And then once I'm done, I'll put everything onto it. I still got to drill all the holes though, but then I can put those on and find out where I want it. And I can hold it in place, and then I can figure out where I need to mark, where I need to drill new holes, and then, because won't be able to use any of these. None of those are going to work, sad to say. I wish they did, but they don't. Then I'll have to go through and patch weld these up. So that's where I'm at now. I think it's going to look good, hopefully. So far, all good. Just go slow and take your time if you're doing something new. If you mistake, oh well, you can usually weld things up, but I don't want to do any more welding. I'm tired of welding. So, all right, let's go ahead and make a template for this and flip it to that side. So this is where I'm at right now with it. So I was doing filler work, testing out, doing filler work on this. So I gotta do more sanding. Need to get it cleaned and sealed up though before corrosion comes back. This side I still got a wire wheel and clean that. I'm probably jumping back and forth because I'm filming them at 2 different parts. So I do like the way it looks. It is dead center. Everything lines up directly in the middle the way it should. I do have an issue though. Over here, this is about a 2 centimeter gap, millimeter, whatever. And then over here is only a 1. So okay, if I shift it over this way, I'm not in the middle here. So I'm assuming it's probably because when I replaced this, I had to have messed up or didn't line something properly, or who knows? I mean, it could be this panel here. I mean, like right here, this is the license plate gap. This is directly in the center. This side is over just a tad bit further than this side. So the whole panel the center panel is like over, but this is the center line. And it's the center line that reaches for the trunk lid too. So I'm really confused. Like, is this shifted over wrong? Or the whole panel? I'm not quite sure. So I will probably have to take a light. I don't want to deal with it, but I probably will put a feeler to help build this out right through here to just fill that gap so it's not as noticeable. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to cut this, pop it out, then weld all that back into it. That's just a lot. I think that's more than what I need to do for this car. So this is not actually bolted in directly. I'm having hard times lining up all these bolts, trying to figure out which ones go where to it. So I have a few in right now that make sure this is what I need to do. And make sure no part's not going to sag. So now I need to go through, unbolt the front cover parts with screws in the back and line up and put the holes I need to bolt these to it. So pretty much all I'm going to be doing though. These are the old looking studs. They're bent, they're disgusting. Most of them are bent. I can't find the right pitch to it, so I did was get some bolts and I just cut the head off to it, and these will all fasten into it. But I think it's going to be good enough. I like it. It looks great, especially with the, if you want to call it a ducktail type spoiler. So still a long ways to go. I'm running out of time. I'm probably going to have to get the heater out soon, especially when I start doing the body work. I'm trying to get this done so I can just go full on just doing body work for it. So, all right, let me go ahead and remove all of this, line the bolts up, and see if I can get these installed today. Hey guys, what's going on? So time has flown by. I haven't got as much as I wanted to. It's been cold, back and forth. I think last clip is going to be back in first of the year. Now it's February 10th today, so a little over 2 months really. And not as far as long as I want to, because it's been cold, been sick, a lot of health issues. So out here today, it's actually pretty good. Yesterday was really nice. I was able to get out here a little bit. So this is where I'm at right now. I've been sanding on these things, filled up the holes. Here's where the broken part was. Looks pretty good. I mean, these aren't as straight as I'd actually like them to be now after working on them for a while, but they'll do the trick. Other things I haven't showed you, I'll get this out later, but that's all cut. Put that back in primer. Got most of the holes drilled and all the old ones all welded up. So quite happy. So, promise not much good light in here. So I really need to just keep sanding. I'm gonna get these sanded down, then I'm gonna put them back in a primer so it'll be one solid color. That'll give me a better idea how well of a job I did. Because I mean, these things were pitted. I mean, they're still pitted in areas. Like you look back and it's hard to tell how much of this has gotten eaten away. So I did spray these with primer, high build primer, filler work. I thinned filler out so it's really liquidy. You can see where all, like I can't tell if all these little holes were filled up by it all. You can see them. So hopefully once I put high build, I'm going to put epoxy, then high build on them, sand them back down, and hopefully nothing shows through. But not 100% straight, but I can't spend, sad to say, 5 months trying to get these things perfect. So these are good. So I'll do a quick little sand, clean them, and put some primer on them. All right, switched up. GoPro not staying charged. I don't know why. Battery is 50% and dying. So I'm back on my phone, but I do got a newer phone, so hopefully the quality is a little bit better. So yeah, these were just bolts I cut the heads off of, not originally metric. These are all I could find that fit work perfectly. And then I'm going to try using some JB Weld these into place to hold them. Some are extremely loose, so that's one reason I'm doing only a certain at a time, so I make sure they're lined up and fit properly so they're not cockeyed or anything going into it. So since I'm holding my phone, I'm not going to show me doing them, but I'm just going to give this a shot, glue these ones in, and do the same on that side. Okay, so the weather's been going cold, warm, cold, and it's kind of cold today. So a lot of this I didn't show you. Obviously you can tell they're the two different primers. That one, this one over here, I had the chemical reaction using that primer. So this is just Rust-Oleum like high build, and that's U-Pull high build. I mean, I'm going to resand them too anyways and put them in down because I'm not perfect. I still got, if you can get close, I got to fix a few areas still. And like over here, I put more filler. Kind of see it's more straight, not as beat up as this side. This side, I didn't do it as much, so I'm going to go back and do it. Big thing is I want to have this fitted so I can go in and do the body work on the car. And I can always worry about those later when it gets closer to time to put them in because they're going to get painted black. So I'm recording this on my phone because still not getting my camera to work, but I think I'm actually quite happy with it. The trunk's not bolted on properly, so it's not lining up as it should. But I do have when I did repeat, I do have a bigger gap here on this side. So I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to do that. There's a few different ways to it, but for this video, I'm just trying to end the video now to it. So if you open up to the inside, okay, so I got everything put in, not 100%. I don't have the gaskets in. I do have them though. Don't have all the bolts onto it. I just want to see how well it fit. There's a few areas that I need to go back through. I need to get a little my rotor out, just fix it up so they line up better with it. Okay, sorry about the interruption, kids. So that's, I think, gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna make this a shorter video because not a lot of people do this to their cars, and it's not the best footage because I jump around a lot to it, but it looks good with it. I mean, the lenses are cracked, they're warped. There's a guy that makes new ones. I reached out before. I never heard back from him. Probably on my fault because I wanted to go with like try to find smoke lights for it instead of the red, but we'll wait and see. But I mean, everything else looks pretty good. So yeah, like I said, these fit, everything else fits pretty good. Trying to angle this with my phone. So I need to do some cleanup though. And it's a pain in the butt trying to, because these bolts do not line, hopefully I'm in the frame, don't line up all that great with it. So we'll see. See if I can turn the camera. So hope you guys liked it, enjoyed the video, short one. I'll try to pull this together and get it out quick. Then pretty much just work on doing the body. This is the last custom thing I wanted to do to the car. So, but it still needs tightened up. I know, it will get there. So guys, thank you very much for liking. Leave me a comment, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.